in international politics, play out for us, if you can, the reasons as to why this strait and its closure that would have these ripple effects on the rest of the world, literally, was taken as a decision in a conflict that was between two nations.
First of all, it is not a conflict between two nations.
No, I mean,
we have from one side a superpower and also another regime who is a nuclear bomb regime, and many others who supported that kind of operation against Iran. And again, the Strait of Hormuz is a very strategic location for international economy. Main part of the fuel and energy pass through this strait, and it is not limited only to energy, but it also a passage for other commodities, and in particular, for agricultural, pesticides and also those products that are needed for agriculture, and also for the food security. And nowadays, everybody in the world has felt that the impact of any crisis in Persian Gulf will have a negative effect on all others. But the thing is that just before this outbreak of this aggression, it was open.
Yes.
Historically, it was open, although it's located in the territorial waters of Iran and in between Iran and the Sultanate of Oman. Unfortunately, the war situation caused this kind of closure, as you just mentioned. But Iran was not the reason. When you are under attack, and it's a war, so there is no security for passage. All the insurance companies will raise their prices, their rates. And the risk for passage, even by the owners of the vessels, as they do as a self-restraint, not to risk to pass through. So, and this is because of the war. Anything can happen in terms of safety and security. So the strait and the passage was stopped during the war, and just during the negotiations between Iran and the U.S. facilitating by Pakistan, the Strait of Hormuz was one of the core issue areas that they were discussing, and how to arrange for this strait for the future after the final deal or agreement comes in. And if you look at the language that they have put there, and this is an acknowledgement that they say that the passage for commercial vessels for 60 days is free of charge, no limitation, no charge, and it's now the things that it's happening now. The vessels are free to do passage, but of course the corridor, which is safe, the safest corridor that Iran has guaranteed for the passage. So all the vessels are free to move through this passage channel and corridor. And based on the agreements, after 60 days, the two littoral states, which is the Sultanate of Oman and Iran, of course, in dialogue with other countries in the Persian Gulf, will put in place arrangements for long run kind of passage, and also the cost of any sort of services that these two countries are providing for the vessels, according to international law, and of course the sovereignty rights of the littoral states. So this is the new regime, as I can say, that will emerge as during these consultations and this dialogue in the future. But for the time being, as long as the ceasefire is continued and lasts for now it's for 60 days. That's almost few days of this has passed, but it is also extendable according to the terms of the agreement. And afterwards, we will have a regime which is free of charge. The passage is free and guaranteed, but the services that are provided will be subject to the charge. The services like, maritime services, rescue, safety, environment. These are the provisions that are recognized in international law.